Welcome everybody to another episode of Disney Hot Topic, and we have a really interesting one for you today. We've got some of our regulars back in the studio with us, and we're excited to just talk about controversial opinions today. We're going to try to keep it on the lower end of hot today as we discuss some pretty hot topics, but we're going to do our best. But as always, to start off, let's introduce everybody. I'm Jackson. I'm Disneyland Man's Instapix. Dean, how are you today?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Back from Oxford earlier today, so nice to be home. Yeah, I'm Dean's Parks and Vibes on Instagram.
Fantastic. Joe, how are you doing today?
I am fantastic. I'm having a wonderful lazy Sunday. Hopefully it continues. But yeah, I'm Joe with the ears. You can find me across everywhere on La Handle.
Absolutely fantastic. And Laszlo and Hannah, how are you? How are you doing today?
We're fine,
Oh,
thanks. Yeah,
tired.
tired, battered, and bruised after putting together IKEA furniture to display our never-ending collection of Disney stuff. But besides that, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Laszlo,
I'm Hannah.
and we are Disney Foolish Mortals on all sorts of socials.
Absolutely fantastic. We're glad to have you back. We're all glad to be here. This is going to be a good time. So we're just going to kind of get right into it. Before we kind of showed up, we asked everyone to have an opinion or two ready. Does anyone have one that they have a burning desire to share? What's a controversial opinion you have? Can be about the parks, can be about movies, can be about anything. I bet everyone's got one. So you guys can just go for it.
I'm going to dive straight in because this ties into last week's episode. If you haven't seen it already, this is my first controversial opinion of this evening. It's about parades. You know it, I know it. I've advocated for it for a long time. You know, I don't watch them. I don't go to them. I don't care for them. That's my controversial opinion. I'd rather do anything else but stand there or sit there on the side of a curb and watch a parade. You know, it's just time consuming.
That is a fair point. In all honesty, like most of the parks, when the parade is on, attractions or even character meets wait time drop quite significantly. And this is the time where you can reckon a few rides.
Yeah.
To be fair, if you don't want to pay for Lightning Lane or don't want to queue there for ages.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of like valid point. But
100% a valid point. You know?
But we do like a parade, don't we?
Some are better than others.
Yeah, that is true. There are some parades that are particularly weak. And it would have been one of our kind of controversial opinions as well, which is about Disneyland Paris, that they reintroduced the parade that we don't really care
Million
for
splashes
whatsoever.
of colour, or whatever it's called.
Which is crazy because a lot of people seem to absolutely love that one. Like,
I like the idea, but like the whole black and white with the paint splatters, and then they just stick the characters in like some random outfit. They could just black and white outfit with paint splatters.
Yeah, it just seems like
It's odd. It's out of place.
it's like there was no thought into it. It's like let's do the kind of like
It's
this
like
graphic
they
2D
design
thing.
the floats, and then someone else did not speak to the person who designed the floats, and then designed the outfits for the characters.
Yeah, it's just like we don't particularly care for, especially when there's so many better parades. So kind of like countermanding Joe's controversial opinion, we do like a parade if it's a good one and if it's worth the time. We wouldn't just go there for the sake of that we've seen a parade or we've vlogged a parade. It would rather be for the sake of that we actually enjoy it.
I'm kind of with both of you on this because I have watched two parades in my life, and one was Paint the Night because everyone crapped their pants about it, and so I went and saw it, and I was like, I'm glad I saw this. I never have to see it again. Like, I'm good. And then I saw Main Street Electrical Parade, and that was dope. And that parade I will stop for. I will absolutely stop for Main Street Electrical Parade. But I'm with Joe. Like most of the time, they're just not worth it. I don't think they're worth it at Disney because the wait time like drop is just too good, bro. Like you just have to go and get on the rides while there's a show or while there's parades or whatever. And I also agree. Here's the other thing. I am not willing to compete for people with people to get a spot on the curb 3 hours before a parade.
No.
I'm just not doing that. Like, sorry. You can put out your blanket. I'm done.
I mean, it's something we covered last week, and you were saying that you could pay for a spot on the pavements over in the Tokyo Park, was it? And you can buy a little, like, I don't know, I'm gonna call it a bum saver because I don't know what else you would call it. It's like a little
Mat.
like foam mat, isn't it? And I think it's just a way of the mouse draining you of more money. Do you know?
For half an hour, you own a piece of land in one of the Disney parks.
Do you know?
You're basically renting.
Yeah.
I think that's all right as long as you've seen the parade once at least.
Yeah.
I've experienced them all. Yeah.
But question, what would a parade have to do to make you stay there and watch it? Would there be any sort of thing that you'd say, yeah, okay, I'll give it a chance?
It would have to have the title Street Electrical Parade and also have a lot of lights.
Fair point.
Well, for me, honestly, I don't think there's anything. Because I'm such a, I've the ADHD in my head won't allow me to sit there and just be like, enjoy it. I'd be like thinking of 17,000 other things at the same time, and I wouldn't be able to sit there and just enjoy it. Right now, I'm fidgeting with my leg, and you don't see that, thankfully. But I can't sit still. I gotta be on the move. I gotta be stimulated, walking around and smelling puffs of bread on Soarin' or Ratatouille, I've worked it in. I've worked it in there for the episode. Sorry, Hannah, go on. I talked over you then.
It's all right. I'm just saying my controversial opinion links into not being able to stand, distracting, can't focus. The fireworks shows, wherever you go, too long. I like watching the fireworks. They could be 10 minutes shorter.
Ooh.
Wow. I mean, I'll sack the parades off, but the fireworks show, oh my gosh.
I like the
This
fireworks,
is rough.
but standing in one spot for half an hour. And there's always every fireworks show. It doesn't matter how much I love it, how many times I've seen it. I get to a point where I'm like, is it going to be over soon?
I will say this about watching a fireworks show this is why I would rather watch a fireworks show is because it's at night and it's at least 10 degrees cooler. It's not much when you're in a crowd in Florida, but it's enough. And for me, that's enough to, I don't want to sit in the sun and watch a parade. It's just too dang hot.
And at the end of a long day, you've been walking around, your feet are tired, and now you have to stand in one spot for half an hour. Make it 20 minutes.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point.
No, that's actually pretty fair.
Yeah.
The temperature thing doesn't work in Disneyland Paris,
Yeah,
though.
it's freezing.
No, it just gets
It's even
even
worse at
colder.
night.
Yeah.
Just even colder again.
The thing with fireworks as well, there's fireworks show and fireworks show. So again, what is the value that it brings to your experience in the park? And I always say, when I first saw Happily Ever After, and ever since then I can't really watch a fireworks show that is not the same magnitude, because I'm just like, no, it's not as good as Happily Ever After. So what's the point of watching it?
And they'll never. And I don't think there'll be anything better than Happy Ever After.
No, because it's location as well, isn't it? Because in Paris they can do the big fireworks, so it's all going to be like pum pum pum, little fireworks. So they do something else. So they try with the projection, or in Hong Kong the projection mapping is next level. So it kind of keeps you entertained, but it really has to be a good show to keep me there as well. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be standing there and think it's not Happily Ever After. It's just not.
I miss Wishes. You've never seen.
Thank you. I was about to mention that. I missed that fireworks show too. It was a masterpiece.
Yes.
I quite like what they're doing with all the drone stuff.
Yeah.
I think incorporating all the drones is fantastic. Disneyland Paris have got a really good drone show. Is brilliant. 2024 over Disney Springs, they whilst I was there anyway, they trialed a drone show, I think, for a couple of weeks.
And that was so good. We just managed to catch it. It was the first day of our trip.
Yeah.
Was the last show, the last day they were showing it.
I really like to bring it back at some point, but it hit a kid on the head, didn't it? Which is why they pulled it.
What?
One of the drones came down and hit a kid on the head, so it might have been.
Kids shouldn't have been standing there, in my opinion. Within the way.
I like
Controversial
how when
opinion,
something
the
happens,
charge of being stuck there.
they just
Whereas,
switch countries with it. They don't stop it. They're just like, oh, let's take it there, and then they won't be mad.
Whereas Paris is fine. Yeah, you can just get knocked out and they're fine. Now just continue.
Yeah, they don't care.
I
Imagine if
don't
it was
like
with
drone
any of
shows.
us. People would have just grabbed the drone and run.
Yeah.
I've got this new drone.
That
I've got
drone's
a
worth a
Disney
couple of
drone.
grand, you would like to think, you know.
You know, one of us sitting there with bleeding head running with the drone, happier than with anything else.
It's on your
Give it a
wall. You have a
candy.
trophy mounted, like, oh, this is a drone from the show. Hit my son on the head. He's never been the same, but I kept it. I just don't like drone shows very much. They just don't hit for me. Like, I love fireworks. They're just so exciting and explosive. And I think it's because they're like trying to replace the fireworks with drone shows. It's not a substitute for me. If it was like a separate thing they did, I'd probably be more interested. But you replace this really exciting thing with just like quiet thing in the sky. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. But they're neat. I can't deny they're neat, and I'll give you that.
See, I prefer drones to fireworks, definitely, because fireworks, there's an element of polluting the atmosphere for everything. They're spending all of that money that's just literally going up in smoke. Whereas drones, they can reuse and they can do loads of different things with them.
I'm with Jackson doing all this over here. You know, I'm with him. I gotta be honest. I mean,
It's fine.
Disney's
It's
selling enough popcorn
fine.
every day to cover the fireworks show. That's how they pay for it. That's a little fun fact. That's what I learned, anyways. But yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? If you, I don't suppose I care enough about the ozone.
Controversial opinion.
Let the fireworks be. You know, the drone show's fantastic. The fireworks, I think, are even more fantastic. Let them be. They've been a thing forever. You know, Earth's dying anyways.
I would
We're all
like to
gonna
say
die.
that Dean has a point here. Like, Dean is right. It is probably bad that we set off fireworks every day. I am okay with it. Like, I'm willing to just turn a blind eye on it and be okay with ruining the planet for that. But
too.
I understand that is a really valid point.
Yeah.
For me, the thing is with the fireworks show, if there's one thing that I would give up during the day to be able to do something even better, that would be the fireworks show. Like, for example, and that's gonna be controversial, when we done Mickey's Not So Scary, we really wanted to, well, I really wanted to meet Jack and Sally. And the only time that we could meet them was during the fireworks show. So we just gave up on the fireworks show. And on that day, to be fair, it was raining earlier, so they were not bringing out the Jack Skellington, the big puppet. So at the end of the day, I was like, well, it's just a fireworks show. I can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, we watched it on YouTube enough time.
Yeah.
And the
Wait,
thing
I've
is,
never seen it.
they very rarely ever change it, do they? Like, Mickey's Not So Scary. It's like the same thing year after year. Maybe do one little tweak, and then they're just putting the price up for it.
The one thing I wouldn't give up there is the Sanderson sisters. That I would watch that anytime if we were to do Mickey's Not So Scary. That would be one of the things that we have to do. We have to watch that because I think that's just amazing. But the fireworks, I can give up on them because and even watching on YouTube, it doesn't really tell a story too much. It's just kind of like, it feels a little bit like, let's put together all sorts of random Halloweeny stuff and blow some fireworks and put some music, put some projection. There we go, done.
Still a vibe.
It is, but I can live without seeing it live.
Laszlo likes to cry to fireworks.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you, Laszlo. Do you know, I watched Olivia's vlog from Epcot in the week when it dropped, and she uploaded a little bit of Symphony of Us, and I bawled my eyes out whilst watching it.
Word.
You know,
For me, the fireworks show, the main thing is the story. What story does it tell, and whether it's able to get some sort of an emotion out of me. That's why, for example, in Disneyland Paris, I love Tales of Magic, because I think it's just wonderful, the certain segments. And when we watched first Momentous in Hong Kong, I was like, the fireworks are so much better, the drones are so much better, the projection mapping is so much better, but it didn't trigger a kind of an emotional response from me. Now it does, but not because of the show, but because it was in Hong Kong and I miss being there and I really loved it.
Yeah.
But in general, the story was not giving too much to me.
The show in Paris sets you off.
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah. Gosh.
I still can't listen to Wishes without crying. Sorry, Dean. Go ahead, Dean.
I was just going to say one of mine would be Mickey ears. They're so uncomfortable to wear.
I agree. I was going to say this, and you've stolen it from me. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a good one. I have to agree.
Yeah.
Depends on the ears. Not all ears are built the same.
I don't know. I can't wear a pair. I know my handles, Joe, with the ears. I've never actually worn a pair for like a full day. Maybe I have, but they are uncomfortable. They give me a headache. You know, they like squeezing on your head, and it's like, argh.
You got to change your handle now to Joe without the ears.
No.
Joe who hates the ears.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about hating. I think they look fantastic, but they are uncomfortable.
Some of them are. I have to admit that. I don't mind wearing them, but when they're too heavy, they do press on too much.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is the phantom ear syndrome. That's a real thing, and that's the worst thing ever. When you had enough of it because you've been wearing it all day, you take it off and you still feel it being there, and it's just that sensation is awful. I hate that sensation.
Phantom ear
And for me
syndrome.
too, it's just like too many things. Like I already do a backpack and a camera during my trips, and so when I get on rides, it's like easy because I just slip off the bag and I'm in, you know. And when you're going, you know, when you're walking into a ride, that's already kind of too many steps for me. But if I have the ears too, they're like fragile, and I can't just like crumple them. And so I have to like take those off, and then I have two things, and I'm like trying to lift the little bag, and it's too many things for me. I just can't. That's just
what
my
ear
brain,
holders
though.
are for.
Yeah, but that's a whole other thing you gotta buy.
Yeah. Oh no. Now they've got you.
You won't catch me without ears in the park. I don't
And
care.
that's I'm jealous, honestly. I wish I could handle it. I just can't.
I just suffer. You just have to suffer.
I do wonder if it's slightly different for girls though, because like you tend to have longer hair, so it kind of maybe pads it a bit.
Depends on the ears that you buy.
This is a maybe this is
Same with
what I could do,
earrings.
like a,
I can't imagine wearing earrings because, like, how is it not annoying that it's pulling your ears down?
It's only like dangly ones, and not all dangly ones pull your ears.
If I look at Joe Rody, I'm just like, how's that man not in pain?
Yeah.
Like, constantly?
dude, that guy stresses me out, dude.
Yeah.
He keeps his car keys on his ear, man. I can't handle it.
How is he not walking like this?
Dude, I would just consistently be holding it, and I'd be like, so anyway, over here, like I just couldn't handle it. Or I'd just be like, jeez, God.
Do you reckon his neck muscles on the other side are like really strong?
They're like stronger, like the sinews
keep it
are like
straight. Keep the head
bulging.
straight.
Every night he goes to bed and he goes 1, 2. Okay, I have a controversial opinion. I think the submarines at Disneyland are awesome and should stay. And that gets a lot of hate. A lot of people hate those.
See, it's something that I haven't experienced, so I can't have really an opinion on because I've never been to Disneyland, which is a shame.
See. Yeah,
but
that is a shame.
But I've seen them, and it's an experience. You know, you gotta try it. Be a little claustrophobic down under the water. Just give it a go. It's like Mission Space Orange. You gotta give it a go at least once.
I love Mission Space.
That's one of my other opinions. I don't like Mission Space. I just think it's a mid ride, dude. I'm sorry to be so upfront about that, but I don't know.
That's fair enough. Just go on the blue one. Is it blue or green? It's green.
It's not the intensity. I just think that ride needs love. It's just rough.
That's what I like in it. And a lot of people do it wrong. There's so many buttons, and I see them sitting there and they're not pressing buttons. It's like,
Press the button.
you don't just press the buttons that flash up, so you have to press. You have to like immerse yourself and press the buttons. And what I like doing is that like I give in my head, but it just might be me. I give different functions to different buttons in my head. So I'm kind of like going there with the buttons crazy because I was like, you can press buttons, then you press
He
buttons.
screams at me.
Whilst you're forcing your arm just to get a little bit closer to a button. That's,
Yeah, press it.
He's out of cryo sleep. He's like pushing buttons.
I'm not the only person who's like this. I read an article about it once. Nichelle Nichols, who played Uhura on Star Trek, she always was a communications officer, and she always had loads of buttons. And once in one of the movies, they got a different set. They were on a different ship, and everything was different. And she was like, she had to label all the buttons for herself, and she was like, no, I can't just press random buttons because people are going to figure out that I'm just winging it. So she kind of had this little thing where she labeled everything up and she memorized, so she knew when she got a command that she had to do this or that, then she pressed the appropriate buttons. So it seems like that she was actually professional in what she was doing. So I'm not the only one who gives functions to random buttons on a ride similar to Mission Space.
Has to be done. Has to be done.
Yeah.
Going back
I wasn't prepared for that comeback. I wasn't. That was awesome.
Dean, did you experience the submarines at Disneyland? Did you ever go?
Yeah.
And what's your opinion on
Disney
them?
World.
Oh gosh.
I'm that old. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like the submarines.
The only submarines we experience is the Nautilus there in
That's a
Disneyland Paris,
walkthrough.
but it's a walkthrough attraction.
Yeah.
It's quite fun. I like it.
But it used to be better.
It's not friendly if you're in a wheelchair or anything like that, because you got
Yeah.
to kind of climb down the steps and things. But I like it. It is taking a lot of land, though, that could maybe be better purposed else another way. But yeah, no, I like it. So one of my other opinions was the Great Movie Ride is far superior to Runaway Railway. Is that what it's called?
1,000% agree. You have my undying support on that. 100%, Dean.
I kind of don't want to disagree, but I don't know. I will say that the Great Movie Ride was fantastic. Brilliant. I loved it. It was fantastic. It needed a lot of love. Don't get me wrong. In the later years, it was run down, as a lot of rides do get. It was a staple of the park for many, 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 many years.
But it didn't have the catchy song.
It didn't, and Mickey's Runaway Rail is...
Went away, where?
Wait.
Mickey's
Mickey's Runaway Rail
Where?
is so fun. It's so much fun. There's so many little hidden Mickeys every single scene.
The detail.
It's a lot of fun, and you got a catchy song. You got the screen at the start, which just breaks, and like, how have they done that? Do you know what I mean? There's just a massive hole appears, smoke shoots out at you. It's Disney Imagineering at its finest, I think.
I liked the live actors in the Great Movie Ride. Right.
Yeah, see, it's not so easy, is it? Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
I
only
agree.
ever seen.
I think
Sorry. No, I've never experienced it. I've only seen videos of the Great Movie Ride. But when I look at it now, I'm kind of like, there are some interesting parts and some bits that I wouldn't really care too much for.
Yeah, there are plenty of bits I didn't care about. on the
Yeah,
ride.
but Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I
It's
really
wonderful.
like it. I love that ride. And I was wondering the other day, because we're watching someone's vlog from California, and it just feels so weird that it's not in the Chinese theater, the queue
Yeah,
line.
it's weird.
And I think in Walt Disney World, like looking at all these different versions, that adds to it as well. Kinda, as just Joe was mentioning, hidden Mickey's there everywhere. And I think it's an amazing ride. And if so many people are gossiping about in Disneyland Paris, like what's going to be happening with the current renovations there around the railway station in Fantasyland, plus that they shut down the Mickey meet and greet area. And they never actually said what they are doing with it. And then people keep coming back with this idea as like, oh, they are going to put Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway there. And I'm just like, I don't know whether it's true or not. I'm just considering it as a gossip, but how cool that would be.
Yeah, if that turned out to be true, I would try and book a trip to Paris sooner rather than later. That would bring me to the park,
Yeah, but if you think a Great Movie Ride, I mean, where else could you actually step inside the films? You were on the Nostromo from Alien. You're going through the whole Wizard of Oz with the Munchkins and the Wicked Witch coming up. It was just so many classic moments. And I kind of think Mickey's Runaway Railway Railroad. We need to do a drinking competition around that.
I think so. Yeah. How many
but
times can we mess up saying it?
I've
Drink for
done-
every time.
and it's just, yeah, it's very advanced, technologically advanced, but it's kind of, I've done it now. Whereas Great Movie Ride, there was something more for me. It's just kind of classic.
Dean, yes, I completely agree with you, Dean. That is exactly. It's funny because I actually have the opposite opinion than Laszlo has here, because I think it fits so well in Toontown in Disneyland. Like, I think that's a great place for it to live. And the Chinese theater, I remember waiting in that queue, and I was like, this just doesn't fit. Like, it just doesn't feel right to me. But the last time I rode that, it was Great Movie Ride. So maybe it was that expectation. But for me, this is the same problem with fireworks shows and drone shows. The Great Movie Ride was such an awesome, neat experience full of these really tangible sets and these really cool moments. And then you replace it with like screens for me. And there's really neat tricks, like Joe's saying, like with the screen in the queue, really cool. But for me, it doesn't meet the expectation I had for a brand new centerpiece Disney attraction. Like, it just didn't do it for me. That's why I think Toontown, it works great, because it's just there. Toontown's cute, and it just fits there really well. But I don't know. I just don't think it should be the center point of Hollywood Studios. And I agree with Dean. I wrote it, and I just don't need to again for a while. I'll be good, you know. But again, no hate, because it is pretty fun.
Popular.
You know, I can't fight you.
It's interesting what you just said, because it seems very much like Disney's trying to kind of, at least in the parks, move away from the studio kind of vibe that you're step inside a studio. Like, obviously, the Great Movie Ride was one like kind of like a behind the scenes attraction, and now if you look at Disneyland Paris as well, now Walt Disney Studios is going away. They're moving away from that kind of vibe, and they're doing Disney Adventure World, which I'm not against whatsoever. A lot of people are hating on it. You're hating on it as well. I'll be missing the studio as well, but I kind of get it that we need to move on, because that's not the vibe anymore. But I don't know whether it's a conscious decision from Disney that they try to move away from that kind of studios vibe, or it's just like kind of how things evolve and what the needs are there for a park. But it kind of seems like it as if they were trying to get rid of that kind of vibe, isn't it?
I feel like nostalgia plays like a big aspect in it as well, because a lot of our favorites are things that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's very true.
Also,
Now I've got sorry.
No, I was just going to say, also, if you look at the ride time, like Great Movie Ride was, what was it? Good 15 minutes to get through, maybe 20 minutes. And all the rides now, you're lucky if you get like a 4-minute ride, because you just through, like, they had all of that set with the Great Movie Ride, and you just whiz through it all. Now with the runaway, I can't say that.
Runaway
With
whale.
the Mickey one. But like also like the classic Epcot attractions, like Universe of Energy and things. That was that was a go to sleep type of ride until you went through the dinosaurs. But it's like the general concentration span is kind of dropped down, whether that's because like YouTube and things. I mean, I have a problem now kind of watching a film on TV, because I'm so used to like watching YouTube where it's like 10-15 minute things. So I don't know whether that's general or whether it's more to just get people in and get them out and try and keep the queues down.
I think Disney are quite clever with like trying to keep that queue time as short as possible whilst getting the amount of guests through an attraction. And they've been trying to do that for a very, very, very long time. I think they're not trying to keep guests on a ride for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. They want people to have the experience and on to the next sort of thing, And I think that's kind of what Disney parks anyways trying to do.
Yeah, I always like to say that the Disney parks kind of reflect the culture they're set in and the place they're set in. And so like generally we have shorter attention spans, right? And so I think that does contribute to the rides being shorter. But I think if you want to look at a modern example of that, is you look at Rise, right? That's a longer ride. It's not super long. It's not Universe of Energy long, but it is long. But there is always something happening. Like as soon as you're in that car, you are just moving and you are turning and shaking and dropping and spinning. Like it's a crazy ride. There's always something to keep you entertained, And so I also think we're seeing Disney's figured out that a good pre-show really does a lot for an attraction, which is true. That's how you make a good attraction.
Yeah.
And so I think for them, like maybe they're shortening the ride, but they're lengthening out the pre-show, right? To where you have a 25-minute ride experience, but you only have 5 minutes of ride time, or like 10 minutes of ride. So it's interesting. And I would like to see a longer ride come back. Like I do kind of miss like Horizons, like that was like a 15-minute ride, and that was OmniMover system. So it was consistently moving, but it'd be interesting to see what they would do with something like that now. Like I just don't think you'd have something like that where you're just steadily moving through some show scenes. I think that style of ride is kind of dying.
But Encanto's using that system, isn't it?
That's a good point. It is.
But it will still probably be short.
And it'll be Encanto. It'll be bright and colourful and musical and fantastical and magical, going through the family of madrigals or whatever they're called.
Never seen that movie.
What? Whoa!
Whoa!
Whoa! You can't just drop a bombshell like that.
I haven't seen that movie. I'm gonna ride the ride first and see the movie.
Holy!
I'm gonna be in like the 2% of the population that's gonna do that.
That's crazy. You need to go watch that like right now. It's so good.
I think Mirabelle's irritable.
What?
What? Like,
You're
she's
talking-
just irritable. She's just annoying.
She just wants to be like a family, magical and all that.
Tell her to suck it up.
Fair.
Like, how is she
fair.
going to change it?
Fair.
Just
Fair.
be sad to yourself.
Just like the rest of us.
And Woody is
Gosh.
irritable as well. Every problem in Toy Story is because Woody is selfish and does not care for
Bars.
anyone
That's
else.
so true.
It is, yeah.
Woody is irritable.
Yeah.
And now he's even bald.
He's bald
Yeah,
now,
yeah, he is.
apparently.
I've got another one. I've got another opinion.
Oh wait,
Go on.
hang on,
Laszlo, before I
do you
head
mind if
into
I go ahead with mine, because we touch grounds on that a
Go
little
for it.
bit, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course.
We mentioned Rise of the Resistance. I think it's my most controversial opinion is that moving away from Galaxy's Edge being time locked is a mistake. I don't like the idea of going away from the time lock. I think that they created such a great world with Batu, with all the characters. There's a book that they've written about it, so you can get immersed. And I just think for me it doesn't work. What they should have done, that's my opinion, is there's so much unused space with Galaxy's Edge, and I understand that they want to bring in more classic characters because they're probably gonna be more popular with the guests. What they should have done, I think, is to do like a kind of a hidden Jedi archive where they could have they could have kept the whole land in the same time period, but within there you would have kind of relics of the old Republic, of the Empire era. You could meet characters there, and it would kind of like be an archive within a hidden archive. And I think it would have so nicely fit into how the entire world, Galaxy's Edge, has been thought through, that it's like loads of hidden things in there. And I just think that moving away and mixing the characters in with the bringing in a Darth Vader, and then on the other corner there's gonna be a First Order stormtrooper, and then Rey's going to be there. I just don't. For me, it doesn't seem like that it's going to work. And I hope they're not going to get rid of Vi, because she's such a kind of central character to the entire thing. That's my controversial opinion. I think time locking was great and it should stay.
I think it depends how much of a Star Wars nerd you are.
Yeah, so
If you don't care as much, then
here's my
you
opinion.
can Chewie
Right.
at the same time.
So, like, I think they're kind of splitting it in two, aren't they? They're going to do half of it's going to be the sequels, and that's going to tie into the Rise of Resistance side of the ride, which is fine. I'm happy with that. Split it in half. I think having all of the original trilogy and the prequel stuff sort of more so the original trilogy stuff in Batu fits. We're gonna get Mandalorian and Grogu added to the Millennium Falcon. For scenes for that, or is it Star Tours? One of them, I think, is one of them. It fits. It's the same sort of time period in terms of Star Wars time. The characters are already in that sort of time period as well. I mean, you got Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, and he's been part of the Star Wars universe since like Clone Wars, I think. So it fits the time. Batu's obviously always been maybe not canon, but it's always been a planet in the Star Wars universe, you'll say, So for the Republic to be there, I think it fits. I think it fits.
But then would you split the old era from the new era within the land, or would you just go then, okay, this is just going to be the old era?
I think you got to split it just because you got Rise, and Rise ties in so much to the new story that they're trying to tell with Rey and Finn and Ben Solo. I forgot his actual name. Kylo Ren, that's his name. It ties in with that story, So you have to have that just to keep continuity. But changing, like, you get into the marketplace and then the Millennium Falcon, that can definitely be that sort of Republic Imperial sort of era. If it wasn't already heavily sequel based, and you go into Batu, you would think it was from the original trilogy. It's that sort of area. It's got that sort of feel of it being like a rundown Tatooine planet. That's my opinion of it. I think it fits. I think it fits fine. I'm excited, and hopefully and hopeful that they bring it to Walt Disney World, because I know they're only doing it in California for the first little bit.
Yeah, I think I agree with Joe on this one. I think the split's good, and I'm happy to see the Falcon be put in the original trilogy side. I think that's going to be good for it, and I think it'll be good for that attraction to sort of have a fresh start, because it hasn't been. It's popular enough, but I think it's below its potential, and so I think maybe with this we'll see it hit its potential. I'd like to add to this is that I don't think Star Wars Land belongs at Disneyland. I think it shouldn't be attached to Disneyland in California. Great land, fits awesome in Hollywood Studios. It should have been on California Adventure, because that's just Hollywood Studios now. Like, they should have knocked down some things over there and put it over there, which is radical and probably impossible. But I just don't think it fits at Disneyland. It just doesn't work for me.
I think it should have got its own park, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before actually, and that's a good idea.
A whole Star Wars park would be like, that would be my dream for everything. I would love.
And then you could get all the different time periods and different lands within the park.
I would try and live there. I love it. I mean, there was a concept art for like a Lucas Star Land or whatever it was called years and years and years ago. Obviously, fan art, never gonna happen. But you had different areas of the parks were different planets. So you'd have like Tatooine and Hoth and Coruscant and Mustafar and Bespin and all these like pivotal areas in Star Wars in one whole park. I would cry if that ever happened. I need to see it. So I agree with Dean. Star Wars should be its own park, because it's big enough to be its own park.
Imagine you go in there, and instead of getting a Disney castle, you get in the middle of it, the center of it, the Senate building from Coruscant.
Oh my god, yes. Oh yes. That.
We need to approach them and tell them that we need this, and
I think so.
We want Disney to start working on it
Right now, this second, right now.
But they've been saying that they wanted another park in Walt Disney World, didn't they?
Star Wars park would
There
be
would be
perfect.
space, and that would be perfect for us.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You can
But
move-
going back, if they do the timeline split, the one thing that would sell it to me if they done finally a Yoda meet and greet.
That'd
We
be
need
fun.
a Yoda meet and greet. He's so excluded from the entire kind of Disney parks
Yeah.
vibe whatsoever. The only one time a Yoda is ever mentioned is when you build a lightsaber, when you're in Savi's
Yeah.
workshop, and then he comes through.
It could be like Turtle Talk with Crush, but with Yoda.
That'd be so
Oh.
fun.
That would be
Good idea you have.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Just to spin off from this, and I've got another opinion. We're staying in Batuu, and we're going over to Smuggler's Run, and I think that the pilot seat should have a age restriction, because I am fed up of going on that ride as a single rider and some 4-year-old is in the pilot seat who can't drive. Right, for a start, I'm at the back doing engineer going, fed up with it. It needs to be an age restriction. 16 and older, you get to be a pilot.
I thought I cut my leg last time a child was driving. It hurts so bad.
They're rubbish. Get the kids off the ride. Stop for them. It's for the adults.
Maybe if they did like a time of day restriction, like middle of the day from a certain time to a certain time is open for everyone.
Yeah,
Everyone can go, and
I
then
would-
like late
Oh,
night
it is
is like
nice
adults
though.
only or something like that. Like maybe if they did that rather than a height, because then you'd still get everyone gets to ride it, but then you get to say, get out of your stupid kid. I'm flying the Millennium
Yeah,
Falcon.
like from
later.
9 a.m. to like maybe 9 p.m. is adults only. Let's just do that, you know?
But aren't they taking the controls away with the refit?
I
So
hope
you're not
not.
going to be flying it anymore
That's
anyway.
I hope that's not true.
What's the point?
That's pointless then. You don't get the experience
that's
of
the
flying
whole-
Falcon.
It's just an intimate Star Tours.
Yeah.
All I care about is the hyper jump.
That's not
Yeah.
true, Hannah.
It's not buttons, it's just intimate Star Tours.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
I'm calling it that from now on.
I still think that it's just a glorified Star Tours,
Yeah, kind of.
with the exception of the hyperspace jump. That's
That's
the only
good. I
reason
mean,
I ever
you-
want to be a pilot, because I want to do the hyperspace jump.
And you get to see
I don't care
punch
about
it
the rest.
whenever you.
Yeah, I
whenever
just
you
want
do
to
it.
punch it.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. Doing that right first time as a pilot is fantastic, because you get the experience of actually flying the Falcon.
But yeah,
As
kids are driving, they should have a softer, like, you know, like Mission Space, there's like a easy and the worse.
they just shouldn't be allowed. I don't care. Forget the kids.
Come out.
For me, the most exciting part of Smuggler's Run, though, is the Hondo animatronic.
Oh, he's brilliant.
I think
isn't
that is just
he? He's so good.
next level.
I love that he's in that ride even to
Yeah.
begin with. Like that, he's such a niche character because we met him in Clone Wars, right?
Yeah,
like that
Clone
one,
Wars.
and then he was just a great character, so they kept bringing him back, and I liked that, and I love that he made it. He's so popular that he got into a ride. I just think that's neat.
Yeah.
Good job.
Jim Cummings done a great job on the voice as well there,
It's his voice, isn't it?
because it's his voice. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know Jim Cummings did that.
Yeah, it's him, and he based his voice on the voice of, I don't know if you know the actor Ricardo Montalban.
I don't.
He was Khan on Star Trek.
Nice.
Con.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's cool. That's interesting. That's a fun fact I'm going to put in my back pocket and recite every time I
Exactly.
I can.
These are good. That's why I like to watch
You
some
mean
of
every time
some
you
of the
come?
vlogs, because they drop in all these kind of tidbits, and I was like, it's gonna be good somewhere. We're gonna use it. I especially love like voice actors and voiceovers, and I like doing my research there. It's like, who was that? What they've been in,
Yeah.
and all sorts. You can always find out really fascinating stuff. But going there about controversial opinion, one of my main controversial opinion is that I think the best snack in all of Disney is the pickle milkshake.
What do you mean? What do you want about? Pickle milkshake.
I thought
just
Jackson was going to
nonsensical,
the
isn't
fridge
it?
to get some.
It's just nonsensical, that is, right? Because that wasn't even designed to be good. It was just like, oh, pickles are massive now. They're so popular. Let's just stick it in a milkshake and it'll sell because that's how we make money. You know?
It's not
Go, Joe, go.
nasty, it's not good.
I think it's amazing.
It's nice when you start it, but when you get halfway through and then it gives you an upset stomach.
It's the one thing that you have to do is you have to get rid of the dill from the top because that kind of
Oh, we draw the line at the dill on the top.
we draw the
That's
line.
where
there.
Yeah, because that's the wrong bit about it. You know, not just
Yeah.
That's the only.
That's
pickle
what's wrong with
milkshake
it.
bit.
I've always said I have to modify the food before I can eat it every time. Then I like it.
A deconstructed pickle milkshake.
Milkshake
It's a-
Pickles,
pickle.
dill.
That's
I
crazy.
see that like my love for pickle
I-
milkshake is not reciprocated here in this room.
Just you.
Laszlo, that is crazy.
I have a treat one. I think turkey legs are a little bit overrated. I think they're good, but people love them, and I just don't get it. It's so much food. It's way too much.
What's wrong with loads of food?
I don't know. It's just a big deal. Like, I don't know. I want a snack, and that's like it is value for money, but I don't know. I just think they're a little overrated.
But if you ever try the Disneyland Paris version, then you realize like how good
That
you
was
have
a
it in there.
chicken drumstick.
Yeah, that was basically chicken drumstick.
That's rough. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were like, oh, they do. They said, oh, they're doing turkey legs in Disneyland Paris, and we go there. And it's like, oh, we get a turkey leg, and we got a turkey leg, and I was like, and where's the turkey and where's the leg? That's not it.
Being vegetarian, I just think it's the worst thing ever. It's just like seeing hundreds of cavemen walking around saying, look, I've killed this and I'm eating this. It's just disgusting. I'm sorry.
I think that's a fun part
It just
of it,
turns my
probably,
stomach.
caveman.
I like the caveman aspect of it.
Yeah.
I love that you just said it's the worst thing ever. I that's awesome.
You know, sometimes when you see vloggers and they sit down and they eat their turkey legs with a knife and a fork, and I'm just thinking,
it's
like,
wrong.
what
Yeah,
the
you
hell
gotta
are you
get into
even
it.
doing?
You've got to
Where
get
are
into
you
But
it.
even I think that's incorrect.
Yeah.
No, that's bad.
Just just get into it.
But in terms of that, like, I get where you're coming from. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's a turkey leg. It's nothing that you wouldn't be able to make at home. We don't
We
it,
tried it. It's not the same.
but it was good enough.
You want a Disney leg. You want a Disney
Yeah.
one.
I like having snacks in the park that I wouldn't be able to recreate at home, or wouldn't be able to recreate it easily at home.
Yeah, I think that's the
But-
thing, isn't it? The ease of recreatability. Because there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that could definitely be made in the house, but oh my gosh, if you got to take like 2 hours to make something, not doing it. What's the point?
Mm.
Except for Ronto wraps. When we figured out how to make Ronto wraps, we were just like, okay, that's good.
I'm seeing recipes for them pop up more and more now on my socials, and I'm like, I'm gonna do that one day because I do miss the Pronto wrap.
It's not that hard.
I know it's coleslaw, pork and sausage, isn't it?
It's all in the sauce,
Yeah.
I think. And the sausage, you have to get like decent ones. The Cumberland sausages are not gonna cut it. We tried.
Yeah, you gotta
No.
get the good stuff.
That's okay.
And what I don't get is seeing everybody having their food and placing it on top of the bins. Because I know
tradition.
there's hardly any tables, but it's just gross.
Tradition.
Why?
The bins
I
are
would
clean.
rather sit on the
The
curb.
clean bins. The magical Disney clean bins.
Yeah. They are.
I even
agree.
hugged the bin there in
It's
Yeah,
Hong
you
Kong.
tradition. You know, if you're not eating on top of a bin, are you really having a good time? Do you know what I mean? You really eating food?
Can't do
I've
it.
never eaten on top of a bin, but you know what I do is because in Disney World they don't let you have tall tripods anymore in the parks for your camera. They're pretty strict about it. In Disneyland they still do, but in Disney World they're really strict. So when I do night photography there, I just pick trash cans. I have a little tripod my camera's on right now. It's like a foot high, and then I just do that, and I'm hugging those things, man. I'm like, I embrace them because I'm like, I have to get the shot, and then I have to steady it. So I'm like on top of it, holding my camera steady, and that's my trash can Disney experience. I couldn't eat off one though. I'm with Dean on this. I can't do it. I feel how dirty they are after I'm done leaning on all of them after all night, and I just can't do it.
Dean, me and you, right? September. We're gonna have a wander around Epcot together, right? Me, you, Amelia, and who else? Sophie. We're gonna have a wander around. We're gonna get a little snack from one of the food booths, right? And we're gonna sit around a bin.
How drunk am I going to be?
Well, drunk enough, you know. We would have done one that by that time. So just just have a nice little like fine dining meal on top of a bin.
And if it's hot enough, it keeps your food warm.
It does. That's right. That is right.
I
It's
always wanted a
perfect.
scalding table.
You know, you may have to fight off like a wasp or two, you know, but you're good then. You know, it's tradition. The bins are so popular now; they're getting their own merch.
Well, yeah.
You know.
Oh, we got plenty. I love bin merch.
Yeah.
I've got some too. It's so good.
You know, you got the bin pins. You've got there was what was it in Main
Shoulder
Street
pads, isn't it?
Confectionery? You can
Yeah,
get
there was like a little sweet holder.
you can get a
thing.
sweet one. Where else? There's loads of pins.
Shoulder sitters.
Look at that. There's loads of bin merch. It's
Yeah.
part,
Not against
Alright.
bins.
it's
I need
part
one.
of who we are. You know,
It's
part of what
it's
we
important.
And look
One of
how
the
smart they are
staples.
now. They connect the shoulder sitters, so even if it
That's
falls
good.
down, you're not losing
That's
them.
good.
that is
It
good.
was about time that they figured out that an
We
easy
keep
hack.
using them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Smart.
counterproductive for them because you lose it, you buy another one. Now you're
Yeah,
not gonna
Yeah.
lose it. So
that's
they can't
usually
lose
the
them out.
case. Yeah. No, that's good. That's clever.
I've got another one.
Go.
Magic Kingdom Pirates of the Caribbean is the worst pirates in any of the parks.
It's the only one,
Agree.
so I can't say anything.
You've done Paris as well.
Oh yeah, there's one there. Isn't it the same?
I
No.
think the Paris one. The Paris one is better.
100%. You got what, 3 drops?
Yeah, and oh,
We've lost one.
We love
we've lost
Jackson.
Where's he
Not
gone?
visible.
Where's he
he's
gone?
not visible. He's gone invisible.
There he is.
There
Oh, he's
it
back.
is.
He's back.
Or is he not? He's there.
Yes.
You there? Where were we?
Pirates
Yes.
of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, so the Paris one, even the Jack Sparrow scene is so much better in Paris than in Magic Kingdom. The one thing though that I prefer in Magic Kingdom is that Barbossa is on the pirate ship. I kind of
Yeah.
miss that from Disneyland Paris, but then you get the really cool kind of Barbossa skeleton effect towards the end of the ride. But
Yeah.
I'm with Dean on this one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could say the same for like Big Thunder Mountain as well. It's better in Paris than there is
Mm.
in Disney World anyway. So that's the only one I can attest for. But yeah, it's a better ride. And I think there's definitely a couple of rides like that. I think Phantom Manor is close to being better than Disney World. I quite like the saloon scene at the end in Paris. It's cool. I think Paris edges it out a little bit, and they've got a better Space Mountain.
Mm.
You know,
Had a better Space Mountain. Had before they ruined it.
Hyperspace Mountain. No.
Yeah, Hyperspace Mountain's not it, but the original, that was a masterpiece.
That is true, but I do inside, like in the ride itself, I do like the Star Wars overlay. I think the projections there inside that they kind of added to the ride, and I don't really remember what the music was because I was very little when I was riding, very little like well comparing to now. But it was many years ago when I rode Space Mountain with the old music. But for me, the music and the projections work. I think that kind of adds to it. But if you look at it from the outside, would I change it to like a Star Wars theme completely? I would not. So it's kind of like, I get it why people are upset over it, but I'm not upset over it. On the smaller Space Mountains though, like for example in Hong Kong, the overlay works perfectly fine.
Mm.
I think on the smaller Space Mountains, it just works really well. And I could actually see even the queue line and everything be redone completely similar to like Star Tours. I think that would work really well. Jackson, you seem to be disagreeing very heavily.
I just don't like Hyperspace Mountain. I liked it 10 or whatever years ago when it premiered. I thought it was really neat. Season of the Force was really cool. I liked that they hyped up Star Wars with that. But every year it comes back or something. It's been on and off recently, but it comes back occasionally. I just don't like it anymore. I don't know. I love original Space Mountain, especially in Disneyland. I think that ride is just awesome. It's so perfect and smooth and just beautifully made. And I'm more sad about Paris. I've never been on Paris's, so I can't I have to say that, but I just feel like that ride was so much better before they turned it into Star Wars. And I don't mind a seasonal overlay. Like if they want to overlay for a month and have Star Wars, that's cool, but it's just been like that forever. And I'm just sad to see Paris' Space Mountain suffer like that because it was such a work of art before. But I don't know. It's just personal. Again, both are great rides. And at the end of the day, I'm getting off and going, that was fun because it was a roller coaster and it's Space Mountain still. But I don't know. I just miss the experience. And every time it's Hyperspace Mountain at Disneyland, I curse. I have to go in a corner and start cursing away from the kids because I just can't. It just makes me mad.
Talking about overlays, I couldn't care less about the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay on Haunted Mansion.
Agree. Thank you. It should not be there for as long as it does. I agree with you, Laszlo. I'm with you on this one, dude.
I mean, I haven't experienced it, but I'd love to. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of my absolute favorite films. And I watch it all the time. So I'd love to experience it.
Same, but it could be a one and done.
Yeah.
I still want to see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would like to try it once, but I don't care about it. Like if we were there at the time and all I could get from Haunted Mansion is Nightmare Before Christmas, I'd be upset. I'd be like, it's not what I want from it.
And see, that's the
do right
problem.
for them. Do it right for them. Fine. I'd love it. I love a Nightmare Before Christmas, but don't take away Haunted Mansion.
I agree. I think here's what I think. I think the overlay's there too long. I think the overlay's fine and I like it, but now I'm burned out about it because it's there all the time. So if it was only for I think they should pick one. It should probably be a Christmas overlay, I think. Because they should leave the mansion normal for Halloween and do what Disney World does and put some cool lights on it and do some neat after event stuff. But for Christmas, yeah, put it up. That's great. But it's there for 4 or 5 or even something more than that months. And I think it's maybe 4 or 5 months. And I don't know. I'm done with that. It's just too dang long.
Yeah, it seems like it is just forever. It's just going on and on and on. Even if you're not there just seeing the videos, and I'm like, I've been seeing this for months now.
See, I really like it. I don't really care for Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm sorry, but I think it really works on the ride. The way they do it. I don't know about Disneyland. I've not done Disneyland's version, but the Tokyo Disney one, it's so good.
I will say that it's the same in Disneyland. It does fit. They make it work really well. It doesn't feel like they forced anything. It feels well done. I'm never mad about the quality. I'm just mad that it's there sometimes. But yeah.
It does seem to take a long time to get in and get out. I think Tokyo, they don't spend half as long as they do for Disneyland getting in and out.
I have one. I have a controversial opinion that I see a lot of talk about on the interwebs. I think Autopia is a great ride at Disneyland or any park, and I think it should stay gas powered. That's just me. That's my controversial opinion. I think it's awesome. I really, really do. And now I'm going to let you guys tear it to pieces.
Jackson, I think you're blinded by nostalgia. Because it's rubbish.
It's fun.
Look, right. It's rubbish. It stinks up that entire area of the park. I'm okay.
You just like smell petrol.
I like that.
Hannah's on my team on this one.
Yeah,
this is good. I agree with Hannah.
So I don't know. I just feel like it's just one of those rides. It's old. It needs. Don't get me wrong. If they brought a new updated Autopia, I'm all for it because it's fun. I go on it, a couple times a trip. Definitely more and more I watch Parade. So
It's not hard though.
fit that one in, you know. But yeah, it is. It stinks. It stinks. It should be electric vehicles at least now. Definitely nowadays. Yes,
I feel
yes,
like it would lose
Jackson.
a touch of magic.
It does
Absolutely.
because you lose
Absolutely it
you
would.
lose the
No.
smell. That's
It-
why
that
and
half-
you're blinded by
half
the
of
That
nostalgia.
ride is the sound and the smells for me. That's half of that ride. It
Yeah.
is. The sound of the engine and the way they rattle like they're about to fall off because they are. I love that ride.
Disney are clever enough to put a petrol smell in the Smellotrons, right? And to make the cars do the exact same thing whilst being electric. Yes, Jackson, yes. Whilst being electric, and it could be the same rides, and you don't like have to stink up the entirety of that area. It's huge. It's a massive footprint.
It's a
in
waste. You
Tomorrowland.
could put something amazing in there. You can
See,
do
I don't think it's a
car ride
waste. I think
any
it's
other theme
awesome.
park. There's nothing Disney about it. It's like literally, I know kind of what created it, but
I understand.
I'm
that,
not
yeah,
bothered with Autopia either. I'm just
It is
not.
a must
So why won't you
ride
let
for
me
me.
drive?
I ride every trip. It is a must for me. I
think I've done
love
it
Autopia.
twice.
See,
I do it every trip.
I do it because it's generally a 5-minute wait, and I go, yeah, go on then. You know, I'll go
Not
on.
in Paris. In Paris,
It's
it's
long
always
in
long
Paris.
waits. Yeah.
Because there's nothing in the Paris park.
That's so facts. And Paris's is also really good too.
Yeah, but it's electric in Paris, isn't it?
I will say, Joe, you are correct. It needs love. Like Disneyland's and Disney World's, they need a retheme and they need love. Like they need to be shiny and new. But I couldn't part with it. I
Also-
would cry.
Also ban the kids driving them ones as well. You know,
Hmm.
because they are
Absolutely,
they are
absolutely.
really
Child.
rubbish. They are really
That's
rubbish.
the whole point.
No. Do you know how many times I've gone into the back of somebody and like given them whiplash because the child in front has just like lifted their foot off the pedal and they stop instantly. I'm like, what are you doing? My road rage starts to come out.
Do you
I'm
remember the
starting
time
to
I had
call
people
everything in
arguing
front of
with
me,
To
and
be
they are,
in front of Joe on the Autopia and piss him off, and I want to see what that's like
They-
to experience.
they
It's
go-
probably something.
people go from having the most magical day to having me behind them calling them an, you know.
But
We had one of these.
it
That's
should
the
be the
screams at a
same.
French mother because the kid kept stopping the car.
And we were like, we had 5 minutes till the fireworks were starting. And I was like, we just got in there so we can make it to the fireworks. Wasn't a long wait. And then you get this kid that is not even driving there in front of you. They just go really slow. And I started bumping into them. And the woman was having a go at me. And I was just like, no, lady, I'm not having that.
Yeah,
And I was just showing her fireworks, boom, boom.
yeah, you correct.
And she got it. She got it after that. She took it away from the child and she put the foot down.
The
But
car's got to move.
Yeah,
It should be the same thing as like walking. They need, I say this in London all the time, you need coloured walking lanes, like green for quick, red for slow. And like Autopia, put the kids in one lane and put the adults in the other. And even go as far as to have child-free days in the parks. Just let adults one day a month, just let the adults go in.
I think here's my take on this, right? I think we do what Legoland does, right? Just let it all hell loose, open the roads up. You're not on the track, and just start driving. You know, I don't know if you got this in Legoland over in the States, right? But over here, you can drive a Lego car and get your Legoland driving license, which I did as a kid, as many others did. And you know, you go around like this little mock, just like street, you know, this little like roses, lights and roundabouts and giveaways. And you drive this as a kid. I think, right? Bring that. That'd be class. That'd be wicked. Just let hell let loose. Give them all control.
I'm picturing myself. I'm a 10-year-old and I'm on Autopia. It's my first time at Disney World and
Yeah.
I'm loving it. And I can't figure out the pedal because I'm kind of dumb. And Joe, this guy comes up behind me screaming and yelling.
What are you
and
doing?
He gives me a concussion. And then he pit maneuvers me because I'm taking too long and just keeps going.
That's exactly what it would be. Every man for themselves. If I'm
It'll
going
teach
quicker
him-
than you,
it'll
I'm,
teach him how
I'm
the
going to
room
hit you.
actually works. It would give him better experience for the actual road, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But, excuse me, it's two pedals. If one of them doesn't make you go faster, it's gonna be the other one.
Exactly. Gosh.
I knew Autopia would be a good one.
Anyways, the kids should just not be allowed to drive anything. This is what I'm getting from this episode. Just stop
That's
them
kinda, yeah.
from driving.
I've got a movie one.
Oh, go for it. We haven't had a movie one yet.
That Moana 2 was a pile of, and even though it took the money, I don't know why people kept going to see it at the cinema, because you could tell it was made for TV. Couple of semi-decent songs, but on the whole, no, it didn't do the business for me.
I can't even remember what happened in that.
I
film.
mean,
Exactly.
I enjoyed it.
She's
Don't
got a
get me wrong.
sister,
Never saw
kind
it.
of dies, but she doesn't. She becomes a demigod. She gets tattoos. That's all I remember from it.
Yeah.
I don't remember a single song.
No, neither do I. Yeah, I think
Yeah, fair point.
it could have been split up into. I think it was meant to be a Disney Plus series, wasn't it? Wasn't
Yeah.
that the original plan for it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
and
together.
I'm not for the idea as well of them bringing out the live action for it so soon, because it feels like it's only been out for a couple of years. Probably hasn't. It's probably been like 10 years already. Or, time doesn't exist. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel the need for there to be a live action for it. I'm not looking forward to the live action.
I am.
I don't mind.
I
quite
feel
quite
like
look
it's a
forward
one
to
live
it.
action that
I'm not.
curious
I
about.
think it's
Yeah.
too soon. I'm with Joe. I think it's
It is
dumb
too soon.
that they're
Yeah.
doing a live action.
Yeah.
For me, the problem with Moana 2 as well, but this is a kind of like argument all the time with Hannah, is that they just need to give Lin-Manuel Miranda a little bit of a rest, because he's just doing the same thing for the past 10 years.
Let
He
him
didn't
And I
do it.
think
songs
it's
for
getting-
though.
It's for me, it's just like it's his songs again, and then now it's kind of like sometimes it feels like, okay, we're gonna do some sort of a tune, and how are we gonna squeeze an extra like 5 syllables into that line to make it work, so then we can say whatever we want to say.
The man
musical
has a
way.
recipe. Let him cook.
I don't know.
He does cook, to be fair. Unfortunately, he does cook sometimes. But yeah,
I don't know. Controversial again, and not Disney, but Hamilton. I watched it once, and that was like 3.5, 4 hours of my life I'll never get back.
It's a good musical. It's a good musical. The songs are bangers. It's like banger after banger after banger.
No, I
Yeah.
would call it a musical.
What would you call
No,
it?
it's kind of like
Overrated.
talking in a musical
Rap.
tone, as if you were talking
Musical.
here. And we are going to do this podcast now. Disney Hot Topic.
There's a snippet for the preview. Thank you, Laszlo. But yeah, no, I'm with
My
Hannah.
other one would be that the Tarzan soundtrack is really good,
Correct.
but it would have been even better had it not all just been Phil Collins, because it sounds like you're just going along in your car and you've got the
Nonsense.
radio on.
Absolute nonsense.
I'm not with you on that. I'm afraid like Phil Collins could be singing 5 days straight in a
Another
row,
man with a
any
recipe
song,
who
and
can
I would
cook.
be like, yeah.
No, I like Phil Collins, but why didn't they just get people in?
Didn't need to.
make things
Tarzan's got
up?
one
He
of
did
the
it good.
best
Let him do it
soundtracks.
multiple times.
Tarzan's got one of the best soundtracks out of any of the Disney films. You know,
It's got some good songs. I wouldn't say the best. Same as when Sting did Emperor of wasn't Emperor of the Sun, was it? What did they name it in the end? Emperor's New Groove.
Tom
Yeah.
Jones was in that. Fun fact.
He did a lot of. Did he sing a lot? No, Tom Jones did a song and Eartha Kitt did a song. Okay, no, maybe not. But yeah, I just feel it should have been passed out a bit, and a few others should have had.
No, I think that soundtrack is perfection. In my opinion, the Tarzan one is stunning. It's beautiful. Tells a story. I cry every time.
Funny you mentioned Phil Collins. For me, Phil Collins is one of those artists and singers that whenever he has a song and you replace him with someone else, that just annoys me, because it's not gonna be anywhere near as good. That's, for example, which was the fireworks show that was on Epcot when we were there? Was it what's it called? and You'll Be in My Heart is an A. And it's not Phil.
Illuminations?
Yeah, Illuminations, yeah. And it's not
I
Phil
don't
Collins
remember the
singing it,
name.
and I'm just like listening to it, and I'm just like, no, it's like, just get rid of this
Put on
girl.
Phil Collins'
Get rid of this
version.
girl and bring Phil Collins' version back.
We should change the
That's-
name of the film to Phil.
Get
Instead of
Tarzan.
Tarzan, Phil.
Phil. It's Phil's
Name it
film.
Phil.
No, I mean, I don't mind other people singing this stuff. I mean, Magnolia Park did a cover on the Disney like punk album that they brought out a couple of years ago, and it's really good. They do a really good cover, and I think it.
Oh, if you cover it, that's a different story. But when you kind of sing it the same way, but it's just someone else singing
Oh,
it
yeah,
exactly the
that's
same
different.
way, I'm just like,
That's what a cover
why would you do
is.
that? No, but like a different genre cover. For example, if there's a rock version of it, then it's someone else is singing it. That not bothers me. But if it's exactly the same song, sang the exact same way, just by someone else, Phil Collins is one of those few artists that it just doesn't work for me. I was like, no, it just has to be that him.
Fair enough. But you should listen to the Magnolia Park version from the.
I will actually.
It's really good. Like the entire album's really good. I think it's called A Brand New Sound. Fantastic. It's if you like pop punk and things like that. Awesome.
I will. After we stop recording, we're gonna
Straight on.
have a listen.
Right, bubble ones. I like them. I like a face full of bubbles. No
I like
offense.
it too. It's part of the experience for me.
Do you know-
as a Disney
Everybody
park.
always complains about it. It's part of Disney.
I agree with you.
Do you know, I've never really given them a thought. Probably because they never really like bothered me. So yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, do you know when I walk past, there's a big cloud of bubbles. It's like the happiest I can feel it.
Bubbles are happy.
It's like the happiest I can feel in the park because I'm
And
going
if
around
you
like.
get bubbles to the face, it's not like it hurts.
Yeah,
It's not.
I'm with you. I wish they'd make them a
If
little bit
anything, it
cheaper.
cleans your face.
You know, a bit cheaper would be nice, but I'm for it.
Yeah, $40 for a bubble one is a bit crazy.
Finally, we said something positive about children.
Oh,
What they do in the park.
Buy your child a $40 bubble one.
Who
So
said anything about them being for kids? No. I'll pick one up for myself.
There
That's
should
some
be
cool ones, to be fair.
all adult only bubble wands.
Yeah.
You get the bubble blaster, you know, the Buzz Lightyear one.
No
That's
way.
quite-
Yeah, my
Yeah,
brother
That
got it.
exists. I'm booking a trip
They're
right
in
now to
Paris.
Paris. I'm booking a trip right now.
You're selling Joe.
You-
You're doing it.
I'm not going to work tomorrow. They don't need me. I'm going to Paris.
I could go to Paris, but I would be bankrupt after. But I could do it.
Yeah, me too. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
Paris is an expensive park.
I don't think I could pay the deposit to Paris actually at the minute. I'll wait till
Nope.
payday.
I couldn't even pay for the flights.
I'll walk it. I don't care. I'll start now. I'll probably
I'll
get it
get
by
I'll
Wednesday.
buy a boat and row there.
But you know what? That was one of the reasons that we got an annual pass last year, because we figured out that for the annual pass, you can pay it in monthly installments.
Yeah.
And it came around, and we were like, if we get that, we're gonna have to pay less now when we're actually going.
Yeah.
So we ended up with an annual pass, which eventually is going to save money for you, because you can just find cheap hotels around
Yeah.
Paris, like 1 or 2 metro stops away, and then you're in the park, and then it kind of works out. But that was the original thing, is like, how are we gonna make this trip cheaper if we spend money throughout the year, except for just buying
Do you
the
know,
tickets? now?
I've looked at getting annual pass so many times, and like Lewis, friend of the show, he's trying to talk me into it as well, saying, "Come on, you pay it over a couple months, and like you could just, whenever we're going to this, just come with us." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a really good idea, but the thing is money." He's like, "Yeah, you're right, but you could pay a monthly." I'm like, "You've got a really good point." It's expensive. It's expensive to get it, and stay there. That's the issue.
I always say that, like, well, how much better it would be if we had a Disney park in the UK, but then I realized that probably flying over to Paris is cheaper than getting a train to London.
100%. 100%. It's so expensive to travel over here. Sometimes you can find a flight to Paris for like 20 quid. You know? Providing on the days and things like that, obviously. it'll be a Wednesday at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you land at 7 o'clock, and then the return flight will be like, I don't know,
Not
3 a.m.
necessarily. Even
departure.
the early morning flights are quite
Yeah.
cheap, at least from up north here, Liverpool, Manchester. If you're looking at it, certain airlines, it's fairly cheap. It's cheaper than getting the train, which is a bit of a nonsense.
Isn't that crazy? You
But
can fly
it
to
is.
Paris cheaper than getting like a train ticket.
Yeah.
Can I share another opinion that may ruffle some feathers?
Of course, I'm ready for my feathers to be ruffled.
I don't know if they will be. I don't know if you've ridden it, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy, not in Epcot, in California Adventure.
Mission Breakout.
Yeah, Mission Breakout is not it. Fun ride. It's not Tower of Terror. I think Tower of Terror was better. I do. And on that note, I think Avengers Campus is the worst land Disney's created.
Yeah,
I think that's it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel immersive, and it's not going to age well. It's just going to be a rough patch for them.
like I've only ever experienced it in Paris Avengers
Yeah.
Campus, and I kind of agree with you. It just looks like nothing special, to be fair.
Just looks like a parking lot. It just feels like you're going to like a downtown anywhere, USA, and just sitting around on like concrete. It just doesn't. I don't know. I have strong opinions about this,
Yeah,
but I just don't like it.
There, though.
When you think about like the lands that Disney have created, which are incredibly immersive, you know, you've got Pandora in Animal Kingdom. The entirety of the Animal Kingdom park is fantastically themed. Batu is, you know, you are on a different planet when you go there, and it's a shame. And I don't think that. I think you're right in saying is the weakest sort of expansion they've built, because it is like a nothing expansion. You know, looks like nothing. There's nothing interesting. Pim's
I was
question
going
looks
to
interesting.
vigorously defend Avengers Campus, but what you've said and thinking about it, do I love Avengers Campus? Yeah, absolutely. I like the kind of metallic vibe. I kind of like the blue lights. And I love the music, but thinking about how much better they've done with other lands and what you've highlighted, I'll have to concur, and I have to come to the same kind of conclusion. But the music I love, and I love the transition when you walk into Avengers Campus and the music starts transitioning over to Marvel. That kind of like that makes me emotional because of how much I love the Marvel comics and the Marvel movies. But I see where you're coming from, and I can't really argue that too much.
I think they used the wrong entry point. Had they have put Wakanda, the land that Thor's from, where's Thor?
Asgard.
Asgard.
No, Asgard.
Or the kingdom from Shang-Chi with all the dragons. Had they have used one of those as the entry point, it would have been a lot more special. But just put in warehouses.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it's set in like, you know, like modern day. It's set in modern times. Like it's in our time, you know. And I do agree. The quality is Disney quality. Like you can tell it's a Disney land, and it is very well done. But I just every time I've walked through it at DCA, which the transitions there aren't awesome either. Like they're good, but like you go from Cars Land to that, it's a jarring experience, I would say. Like I think that's what you do anyway, but it's kind of jarring for me. I don't know, like you go from, you know, Route 66 to New York modern time, and I don't know. But I do agree it is well done. It's very nice to be there. There's nothing really wrong with it. I think as years go on, like Batu, like Galaxy's Edge, that's what, 10 years now old?
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it.
No.
It just doesn't. Like doesn't look like it, doesn't feel like it, but I think that land will feel like it's 10 years old when it's been 10 years. I think it will.
Yeah, but Dean is really right about it. There's so much more source material in Marvel that they could have used, and they kind of like chose the easiest solution, and they've done the quality and they've done their research, but they just could have. Imagine like if you've got like an Asgard, if you're an Asgard and there's the palace in the middle and you got the Rainbow Bridge, the Bifrost going through that. That would be
rock, dude.
amazing. Now, after Star Wars Park, we are opening a Marvel Park as well.
Yeah.
And instead of a Disney castle in the middle, it's gonna be the castle from Asgard.
Yeah.
If only there was a place we could put all these Hollywood-themed intellectual properties. Oh, is there?
Let me think. Let me think.
What could we call it? Could we call it studios? Something studio? Oh,
Hollywood
You're nearly
Studios,
there. You're
maybe?
close. It just needs something
that's
else.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, we've actually touched on most of my list. I think we did pretty good.
Big list.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a
Anyone
good
else have
topic as
anything?
well, controversial stuff, because everyone's got strong opinions about certain things, but it's quite good when you discuss it, and then you sometimes realize that your strong opinion is or your strong ideas maybe
Mhm.
are not even strong enough for you to defend
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a really interesting kind of episode to do because we all like there were some things we all disagreed on 4 ways, or there was some where one of us liked the Autopia, right? Or two of us, right? Hannah, we liked the Autopia, but and then 3 of us didn't, right? But I think that's kind of the beauty of Disney, especially the parks, but Disney, right? Because like we've always said, we can all go and we could all have a great time, you know? Like if we all went to a Disney park right now, like we might split up a couple times, but we'd be pretty happy because Laszlo would have his pickle milkshake and I would ride Autopia and we would go and Joe would get to drive the Millennium Falcon and only Joe would get to drive the Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon. You know, and like it would be good. Unfortunately, me and Dean would just have to miss Great Movie Ride, but that's just how it is when you miss stuff. But but I think that's kind of the cool part about anything with Disney is you can find a common ground on it. And I think especially online, that's important to do. You know, I think a great debate's great to have, but when you start getting really emotionally invested in these rides, which is fair because you've been riding them since you were a kid, you shouldn't. It's not worth it to argue about it. You know, like we found so much more things that we liked together than anything else, and so I think it's an interesting thing to study and think about and talk about.
Yeah,
And
it's
sometimes
not.
you just have to get a grip because things are going to change. We're not going to stop change. Sometimes there
Absolutely.
are going to be things that we don't like or we're going to be missing. But when you think about someone else's entry point, like for example, there's a lot of people who are going on about the Disney Adventure World, that they hate the name change and they are like literally attacking everyone online who dares to not hate on it. And
Hmm.
I just think that it's just absolutely ridiculous because for us, we're always going to refer to it as studios, I think.
Hmm.
But I accept that they're moving away, they're doing something else. It is what it is. And someone whose first visit is going to be when it's Disney Adventure World, their entry point is going to be completely different. And maybe they're going to love it just as much as we loved when we got into studios for the first time. And I think it's interesting, like, and it's important not to lose sight of it, is that Disney is and the Disney parks are meant to be for everyone, and everyone's got a different kind of point of view. And these kind of discussions I think are great because we can share our own opinions and our own feelings, but none of us was about to run out to the kitchen and get a knife, with the exception of when Joe ran away at the pickle milkshake discussion.
Because it's the wrong opinion. You
That
know.
was a fine thing to do. Joe did the right thing. He did the
Thank you,
right
Jackson.
thing. Yes.
I
He did the
appreciate that.
thing none of us were brave enough to do.
Step away for a minute, cool down, you know, and then come back and say why you're actually totally wrong because it's disgusting. And
You
nobody
just
should buy
all
it.
discredited absolutely 100% my last two sentences, which were about
Yeah.
all these big grand thoughts of we all love each other.
Yeah. Nope. Nope. Not anymore, Laszlo. Your pickle milkshake opinion ruined it for me. That's it.
Next time for the next recording, I'm going to try and make a pickle milkshake.
That's wild.
Just to set you off.
That is wild. And it would set me off. I don't think I'd be here. I think I'd just sit in the corner of my my room, plucking away on this thing.
The thing is, it's not life and death, is it? I mean, we've all got the same we're here because we like the parks. We may not agree with what they sometimes decide to do, but yeah, there's worse things to worry about in the world, certainly right now.
Absolutely. And I think too, like when we talk about this or when we debate online or together or whatever, like we're gonna walk away from this friends. Maybe not me, like everyone probably hates me now because I like Atopia, but I think everyone, I think we're pretty good, and I think that's the key, right? Because we respect the way that we brought this up, and a lot of us made counterpoints. Like I'd say Avengers Campus is bad, and Laszlo was like, I do like it there, but you're right. Like I think the theming could have been better, or I think this could have been better. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Like Dean has a point. We could have done a better entry point there, but like I think it won't age well. And we explored the topic, and Dean's totally right. Like nothing that we've talked about today is worth getting upset about. Nothing. Like it's all fun and it's all awesome. And so like when we're online, if we just have the same attitude, this community will be like 100% better, like it's so true.
Yeah, and that in itself could be a controversial opinion.
And well, if we stop selling pickle milkshakes and then we do that, the world will be a better
You're
place.
gonna have problems with me, like we're not stopping selling pickle milkshake. Pickle milkshake stays.
Well, with all that being said, we'd like to thank everyone for listening today. We had a really good time making this episode. We like these more free-form ones where we just kind of share stuff. We hope you enjoyed as well, and that you yelling at your screen, that Tower of Terror was a better ride than Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope we hear you, and we want to hear your comments, so please do, think about subscribing and giving us all the feedback. We want to hear things. And if you have a hot topic that you'd like to share, please send it in. We'd love to hear it and we'd love to talk about it. But next week, I believe we're doing a Battle of the Princesses. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to have representatives for certain princesses. It's going to be good. I'm going to be a judge this time. So
I'm going for back-to-back victories. Let's go for it. Come on.
We should do like an Olympics cut for this. Anyway, we thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.